You'll benefit from listening to this video. Learn some basic recommendation within verbal and non-verbal communication that will help to achieve the goal of conflict resolution more effectively. For example, building and showing commonalities will reduce prejudices and limitations in conflict situations. Hi, welcome to Coach in Business and today's episode on the topic of conflict resolution, one of 11 episodes which are available on my YouTube channel on exactly this topic. In today's episode, we will talk about conflict resolution and the impact of communication. So how communication might help you in resolving conflicts. Basically, what we will talk about is active speaking, active listening, question thinking, question asking. So basic principles which are used in psychology, in psychotherapy, in coaching, as well as in the consulting business, for example. I have already described some of the main, let's say, approaches, and to make sure that we both understand communication exactly, I need to explain in 2 or 3 sentences what communication is. So communication is the sending out of verbal or non-verbal information, or the exchange between 2 parties of verbal and non-verbal information, which is shaping relationships between both parties, for example. And both parties can be sender as well as the recipient of information, of verbal and non-verbal information. So I am sending information, you are receiving the information, you are sending me back feedback, I'm receiving your feedback. So I'm sender as well as recipient. And let's assume that there are some basic principles of good, active communication, active listening, active participation in a communication situation, which will increase the probability of win-win outcomes in conflict situations. So first, without words, show that you are listening. Show that you are trying to understand the needs, the expectations of the other person you are talking to. Without words means that you should turn to the person you are talking to. At some point, make eye contact with the other person. Second, try to identify intentions and feelings of your counterpart by paying attention to verbal as well as non-verbal signs. So if the other person is saying that everything's okay but is looking very sad, maybe this is a sign of that he or she is not satisfied with the outcome or with the situation. Third, put yourself in the situation of the partner, of the conflicting party. Put yourself in his or her position, which means, again, to get into the shoes of the other conflicting party, to understand how she or he wake up in the morning, felt about the upcoming confrontation with you, when he or she described the conflict to the partner, how he or she felt, what she or he is thinking about the situation. Fourth, make sure that you understand the content and the intention of your counterpart. Repeat the most important things, so try to paraphrase, try to conclude, make sure that you do repeat what the other side is saying to make sure that you understood it correctly. Fifth, do not interrupt, only interrupt if necessary. Do not give advice, only give advice if necessary, but at the same time, do not ignore the other side. So make sure that you're not interrupting, make sure that you are not the one who knows better. At the same time, do not ignore the other side. Show him or her that you are acknowledging his or her needs, his or her expectations. Be transparent about your own opinions, about your own expectations. Try to be not ambiguous at all. Try to show what you are expecting. If you want to achieve a win-win situation with the conflicting party, you need to tell him or her what you are expecting. Try to communicate effectively. Effectively means ask questions, gather information. There is a method, apply the journalistic rule of 7 questions. So who, what, where, when, how, why, from where. Try to find answers on those questions in order to gather the right information, in order to have the information in place to find the best resolution of the conflict. And of course, use different type of questions, meaning that use closed questions. Are you satisfied with the outcome? Use open questions. How you feel. Use suggesting questions. I assume that in a situation like this, somebody would be unsatisfied. How is it with you? So try to ask different questions in different situations to make sure to provide a possible situation where the other side can explain her or his expectations. I hope you liked it. I hope you were listening, and thank you for listening. Obviously, I wish you a smile every day on your face. Thank you, and see you next time.